I was looking up at the ceiling with my arms and legs spread out. It's not that I wasn't getting hungry. I didn't live with my parents. I didn't live in the school dorm. That meant I had to cook something myself when I wanted to eat. I knew that, but I still didn't feel like getting up. It had been several days since I began this empty life. It must be tomorrow. The Watanigashi festival, I mean. Ah, you mean the time when everything gets really interesting. I heard the doorbell ringing. I ignored it at first, but it rung persistently. I started hearing knocking, alongside Kasai's rude voice.
シオンさん、いらっしゃるなら開けてください。弁当を買ってきました。
Sounds like a trap. I didn't ask him to. He must have known that I hadn't eaten enough and that I'd been feeling down lately.
やはり食事を取られていませんでしたか。
別にお腹が空いてるわけじゃないし。
But when Kasai put the food on the table, my stomach reacted in a very primitive way by making some noise.
ほら、お腹が鳴っている。食べた方がいいですよ。
I was hungry, but had no appetite. I mean, I did have an appetite, but I didn't have the energy to eat. Yet I'd feel bad wasting the food Kasai had brought. I picked up my chopsticks just to humor him.
最近はばあさんがマークしてるんじゃなかったの？私のとこなんかに来て大丈夫なわけ？
おりょうさんは綿流しの打ち合わせなどでお忙しく、シオンさんのことまでは最近は頭が回らないようでしたので。クリームコロッケは好物ではありませんでしたか？
うん。美味しいです。ありがとう。
While I nibbled on the food, Kasai read through the magazines I bought.
葛西は、うん。
I'd never talked to Kasai about something like this before. Since I've always believed myself superior to him psychologically, I hesitated to show my weakness to him.
そういう悩みも年頃にしておくのは悪いもんじゃありませんよ。
葛西、あんた全部知ってる？
ミオンさんから少々力になってほしいと頼まれました。
お姉か。
心配しておられましたよ、ミオンさん。
Without responding, I threw the last croquette in my mouth. How do you say those? Is that
北
croquette?
条聡君の近況を知りたがっていると思いまして、少し情報を集めてきましたが、余計なお世話でしたか？
Does he have little skulls on his tie? Hold on. Yeah, he's totally got skull tie. That's great.
余計なお世話です。でも、せっかく集めてきた葛西の顔を立てるために、まあ一応聞いておきます。
Kasai chuckled, but stopped quickly as if thinking it rude.
北条哲平が家を出たらしいです。沖宮に実婚の関係の女性がいまして、そこへ転げ込んだようです。
哲平？誰？ああ、聡君のおじか。
家には叔母の北条玉江と北条聡、聡子の3人となりました。玉江は哲平が別の女性のところへ逃げたのだと気づき、大層機嫌を悪くしたらしいですね。
ってことはあれだ。ますます叔母の里子いびりが加速して、聡君もそれのとばっちりで、ますますに苦労してるってことか。
聡君の方は分かりませんが、聡子さんの方は近所でも噂になるくらい決して良くはない状況です。
If Satoko looks miserable, that means Satoshi-kun must be going through equally miserable torture.
その叔母ってなんとかならないの？憎き北条家の片割れなわけだから、園崎本家で制裁しちゃおうって話にはなってないの？
she's also one of the remaining Hojos after all. The uncle is gone, so why not the aunt?
園崎本家としては北条夫妻の事故死で一応のけじめがついたので、北条関連では一切手を出すなと厳命が出ています。夫妻の事故死を疑う警察が北条家近辺を未だマークしているという噂がありますので。
事故死はお社様のたたりってことになってるからね。神罰が下ったんならそれ以上は人間が下すまでもないってこと。
Kasai put on a faint smile. Come to think of it, it is hard not to suspect the involvement of the Sonozaki family in all of the incidents said to be Oyashiro-sama's curse. Somebody strives to get rid of the hag's concerns on the day of the Watanagashi festival. Furthermore, the Watanagashi festival is going to be held tomorrow. Will the curse strike again this year? If so, who will be the victim? Now that I think about it, there were cases of multiple victims in the past. The first and third year, it was just one. But the second year, the victims were a couple. So it wouldn't be too strange if 2 people fell victim this year. It seems like a good time. It'd be best for Satoko and her aunt to be the victims. Wow. That is ice cold. Satoshi-kun will be freed from every source of his worries all at once.
葛西、今年のお社様のたたりの犠牲者は誰かってもう決まってるの？決めるのはばあさん？ならお姉は明日の犠牲者をもう知ってるってことになるな。どうなの葛西？何か聞かされてる？
シオンさん、私はその件については一切聞かされていません。
まあそりゃそうか。火災ごときの耳に本家の最高機密が入るわけもないか。
So, as previously suspected, this seems to reinforce the idea that the Sonozaki family is deeply involved, if not the ones carrying out the Oyashiro-sama's curse, so to speak. It's always been, something highly suggested, but this kind of feels almost like a confirmation right here.
そういうことです。少なくとも私の関係する界隈ではそういう話は降りてきていません。ですがご存知の通り本家は裏の世界の方々に通じます。私にはその一部を垣間見ることも叶いません。
Maybe I could try asking Sis about it, but she won't talk. She's strict about keeping promises, unlike me. If the hag told her to keep it a secret, she'd take it to her grave.
今年の綿流しでおばとさとこが消えちまえばいいのにな。
Well, that sounds delightfully awful.
葛西、私は憂慮したよ。気を利かせてくれると嬉しいんですけど。
シオンさん、ご冗談を。
わーってるって言ってみただけだって。
I took a glimpse at Kasai. It didn't look like he was actually going to do something to make my wish come true. I wasn't able to go to the village as myself. So, I definitely wasn't going to the festival. I didn't care about that. Even so, I was interested in who was going to end up as the victim of the curse. If I just kept lying on this couch, playing hooky, somebody would fall victim in several hours. I had no clue why it had to happen every year. But I was certain that the hag was behind it. All the enemies from the dam conflict had been punished. Only the Hojo couple was left, since most of the other enemies had already gone. The cicadas were crying loudly outside. It made me feel hot. Why was it this hot and humid in June? If Oyashiro-sama was actually punishing people, I'd pray for one thing. I'd pray that the evil aunt would be punished, and I'd offer up Satoko as a sacrifice. Ha! It's hot. When I woke up, Kasai had already gone. Looks like he cleaned the table in the surrounding room. He put my dirty laundry into the hamper in front of the washing machine too. Being a girl of a sensitive age, I didn't want a man to clean my room. Well, I'd rather thank him than badmouth him. I looked at the clock. It was late afternoon. I had to go grocery shopping. There was nothing left in the fridge. And I'd be having just rice for dinner if I didn't go. At that moment, the phone rang. It must be Kasai, I thought. I did hope it was him. He could have brought more food. So then I wouldn't have to go shopping. While I was just being lazy. I didn't feel like going out at all. But it wasn't Kasai on the phone.
おねえ、
もしもー
そこ
し。
どこ？本家じゃない？
あ、うん。公衆電話からかけてる。だから手短に話すよ。サトシから電話が来たんだよ。
サトシくんが？お姉に？
多分、私にじゃないと思う。シオンにだと思う。サトシは、先日の教室での件を謝りたがってるみたいだった。だから、その電話はシオンが受けた方がいいと思って。サトシの電話は、今ちょっと忙しいからすぐかけ直すって言って切ってあるの。だからシオンは、今から私が言う電話番号に電話してあげて。
うん、わかった。
I was stunned for a second, but then recovered and wrote down the number on the back of a magazine.
ありがとう。すぐに電話します。
そうしてあげて。サトシは最近、すごく追い詰められてるの。私の声はもう届かないみたいだけど、シオンの声なら、ひょっとすると届くかもしれないって、何の根拠もなく思ってる。
She could have pretended to be me and handled his call. But she passed it over to me.
ありがとう、ミオ。
じゃあね、シオン。
Before she hung up, I put the handset down. Then after a second, I dialed the number in a flash. I heard the dial tone 3 times, 4 times, and there he was.
北条です。
He sounded like an adult. His voice sounded a bit tired too, but it was definitely the voice I loved. I got scared. I was scared that he might become sulky again if I mentioned my name. I couldn't open my mouth for a while.
サトシくんですよね。
さっきはごめん。もう時間は大丈夫なの？
That was the Satoshi-kun I knew. He didn't sound cold like the other day.
うん、全然平気です。
After that, he went silent. I felt the urge to start a conversation. It wasn't fair. He was the one who called in the first place. Then, he finally spoke.
先日はごめん。
私こそごめんなさいです。
ミオンは謝らなくていいよ。僕がどうかしてた。
I mean, I was literally throwing books at your sister, so I feel like some of that might have been a little warranted. If this were a face-to-face conversation, he'd be stroking my head. It was sad just talking to him over the phone.
僕は僕たちをここまで追い込んだ奴らを、そいつらはでも決してミオンじゃなかったんだ。だから僕は君にだけは謝ろうと思って。
ううん、 気にしないで。私だってサトシ君のことをよく理解しようともせず無神経だった。
We apologized to each other a few times.
それよりサトシ君大丈夫？いろいろと大変なのにサトコの誕生日プレゼントのためにアルバイトまでしてだいぶ追い詰められてるんじゃない？
もうバイトはやめたよ。目標額のお金はなんとか貯められたみたいだからね。
そうなんだ。ならもう体を無理させなくていいんですね。本当によかった。
Satoshi-kun tried to say something, but he dropped it instead.
僕よりサトコの方が辛い。
サトコ大変なことになっていますね。大丈夫なんですか？
あれが大丈夫なように見えるのかよ。
He suddenly sounded upset. I'd messed up.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
I was so stupid. I'd ruined this miraculous conversation with him. Satoshi-kun didn't respond to my apology, so I stopped apologizing.
あんなに誰が見てもわかるくらいに傷ついてみんな見捨てた。どこ
見捨てたつもりなんて。
I tried to calm him down. I hated what I just said because of how hollow it sounded. I had no idea what to say next. I felt guilty. Satoshi-kun was desperate to protect Satoko from their evil aunt. But I'd wished that Satoko would die tomorrow because of the curse. I was trampling on his desperate hope.
サトコはもう擦り切れる直前なんだ。だから
He cut himself off in the middle and went quiet for a moment. He must have been choosing his words carefully. Then he finally spoke. His words sounded hollow.
だからせめて一夜くらい遊ばせてやりたいんだ。
え？遊ばせるって。
ほら明日は綿流しのお祭りじゃないか。サトコを祭りに連れ出してやってほしいんだ。
Oh, I forgot about this. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Now I remember that. Right.
それは構わないけどどうして？
サトコもいろいろと参ってる。たとえ一夜でもおばさんのいないところで羽を伸ばせたら。
Okay, you know, that sounds like a good idea,
喜ぶと思
Satoshi.
うんだ。
Not planning on hitting anybody with a bat, are you?
だからどうして？
どうしてって。
It's not that I didn't understand why he wanted her taken to the festival. What I didn't understand is why he was asking me to do that. Was there any reason he couldn't take her there himself? I had a hunch that he might disappear, so I kept asking.
どうしてって何。
どうしてサトシ君が自分で連れて行ってあげないの？
He fell silent. Satoshi-kun isn't good at lying or keeping secrets. It was clear that he wanted to hide something.
用事だよ。
With your work that you quit?
僕明日はちょっとバイトの関係で用事があってどうしても祭りには行けないんだ。
He was lying. But he was also stubborn. He wouldn't admit it if I accused him.
ねえミオン、明日の夜だけサトコを頼めないかな。
I wouldn't want to look after Satoko, even at Satoshi-kun's request. But I'm also glad that he's relying on me.
あれだけの暴言をぶつけて、それを謝るついでにこんなことを頼むなんて、悪いミオンだけが頼りなんだ。
I didn't know what to say. I did know, though, that I wasn't going to turn down his request.
うん、わかった。明日の晩だけだよ。
できたら明日の晩だけじゃなく。
何言ってるんですか？そんなの嫌です。明日だけですからね。
He sounded as if he were going to disappear tomorrow. I didn't like the sound of that, so I intentionally sounded sulky. We talked about trivial stuff for just a little while. When the conversation was almost over, Satoshi-kun asked something else.
ねえ、ミオン。こんなことを話すと、きっと精神的に病んでるって思われるんで、本当は嫌なんだけど。
ん？どうしたんですか？
ミオンは信じないよね。
何をですか？
ほら、お社様のたたり。
I do like how closely the conversation follows. I mean, obviously, it's supposed to be because Satoshi had that Keiichi had the same conversation as Satoshi, but it is, just a little uncanny how close it is.
サトシ君、何の話ですか？
お社様は確かほら、村を捨てて逃げ出そうとするとたたるでしょ。
That's the rule. Every kid in the village knows that.
どうしたんです？突然。村を捨てて逃げようとでもしてるんですか？
Though I was kidding, I wanted him to deny it.
もうそんな気はないんだ。もう。
He admitted that he had thought of it. I guess Ren had told me that much.
いいじゃないですか。もうそんな気がないのなら。
でも、
I'll never leave.
まだ許してもらえないんだ。
え？
He should have just hung up right there. Like, just as soon as he said that, immediately hung up, or like cut the phone line or something. Satoshi-kun tried to say something but hesitated. He was breathing so heavily. Was he sick?
具合悪いの？
Oh, I've never felt better, Shion.
ごめん。
サトシ君は少し頑張りすぎたから、少し休んだ方がいいです。
He sounded distinctly more sickly than when this conversation had started. He breathed heavily when punctuating his words. Satoshi-kun repeated his question.
ミオン、最初の質問をもう一度するよ。ミオンはお社様のたたりって
Really hung up on this
存
thing,
在する
aren't
と
you?
思うかい？
What did he want me to say? Could I make him feel relieved with my answer? How should I respond? The answer was simple. Awkward
たた
laughing.
りなんてあるわけないじゃないですか。
I didn't know what was bothering him, but I wanted to make him feel better by laughing his worries away. But Satoshi-kun instead fell silent. I couldn't tell if he was happy with my answer or not. One thing was certain. I didn't make him feel any better.
変なことを聞いてごめん。
ごめん。
I felt like I let him down, so I apologized in a rush.
たたりだろうと この村の何者かの陰謀だろうと、僕は絶対に消えない。消されない。
That sounds like something that someone who'd fall victim to a curse and disappeared would say.
消えないよ、サトシ君は。
消えないよ、サトコに。あのぬいぐるみを買ってやるまではね。もうすぐお給料がもらえることになってる。その日までは絶対に消えない。
He chuckled. I knew he was trying to relieve me, but it worked the opposite way. He sounded as though he didn't care what would happen after he bought the teddy bear.
あ、おばさんが帰ってきたからもう切るよ。
うん。
ミオン。
何？
Even though he wanted to hang up the phone because of his aunt coming back, Satoshi-kun took a breath to tell me something important.
サトコのこと頼むからね。
I should have said yes right away. But I still couldn't forgive Satoko. So I just kept quiet.
変なこと頼んでごめん、じゃあ。
He was obviously disappointed. What had I done? I wanted to apologize. I wished I could. But it was too late. The dial tone left no doubt. Now that was depressing. Oh, it's getting good. The festival is at hand. And the deaths shall continue. So, I'm still kind of bummed out that I'm going to have to go and re-record that beginning part. Which especially sucks because that was a pretty emotional part that I really would appreciate not having to re-record. But I'd also appreciate having all that voice acting in there because it was top-notch. Of course, by this point, you're already going to hear the re-recording, so I guess I'm all done by the time you're hearing this. So anyway, let's take a listen to that tip. Or not all tips, new tips. Whoa. Very atmospheric. Kind of scary. Somebody whispered to me from behind. They told me that I was going to be the victim of the curse this year. So I'm going to disappear soon. There'll be nobody left to take care of Satoko. Somebody whispered to me from behind. They told me that I don't have much time. That I won't stay as myself for much longer. So I had to make the best of the days I had left. What could I leave for Satoko? She wanted that huge teddy bear. She wanted a peaceful life in which nobody would bully her. I whispered to the person at my back. Bestow your violent nature and formidable strength upon me. I want your peaceful mind, filled with hatred. Well, that was short and sinister. Clearly we know who the author of that torn diary was. And, as is previously stated, is a very, very, strong parallel to what we saw with Keiichi. Definitely. Alright, well, for now, that is going to be all. Obviously, I'm going to be putting in another 20 minutes or so at the beginning. But, other than that, that's about it. It's, definitely going to get very interesting, and I heavily look forward to next time. Maybe we'll start to see some dead people. That'd be excellent. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!